Well, this is awkward. I got ill, guys. Don't blame me. I got really ill. I'm going to do the book sacrifice tag today. It's a tag that was made by Ariel Bissett. It is pretty much what it says on the tin. You have to sacrifice a book in certain situations. I'm going to be reading those situations off my laptop, so here we go. An overhyped book. Let's start this off with a zombie apocalypse. Let's say you're in a bookstore, just browsing, when bam, zombie attack. An announcement comes over the PA system saying the military has discovered that zombies' only weakness is overhyped books. What book that everyone else says is amazing but you really hated do you start chucking at the zombies, knowing that it will count as an overhyped book and successfully wipe them out? The book that I've chosen for this one is The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. I absolutely despise this book. Everyone loved it, everyone thought that it was amazing and the writing was amazing, but I just didn't like it. The writing was really frustrating to read because, as far as I can remember, the main character had writing and reading problems, so that's why he was actually writing phonetically a lot of the time, and I didn't find it endearing. I found it quite annoying, just thought it was bland and nothing really happened. They just seemed to be going in a straight line and that was it. I just didn't see the great fuss. The second situation is a sequel. Let's say you've just left the salon with a smashing new haircut and boom, torrential downpour. What sequel are you willing to use as an umbrella to protect yourself? This is easy. I'm going to pick Insurgent by Veronica Roth. Now I absolutely, I have no words for this sequel. I actually have no words for this sequel at all. It's just such a letdown for me. Divergent, in my opinion, when I read it, I thought it was absolutely amazing. And I had so many high hopes for Insurgent, but it just didn't deliver. Oh my god, I've forgotten the main character's name. Triss, that's it. Triss was so annoying. I'm not even joking. I wanted to, on several occasions, actually punch her in the face. And I know that she is a fictional character, so there is no way that that is ever going to happen. But I just wanted to slap her so hard at some points because she was so annoying and she was doing things that everyone advised her about and she was just being really stupid. Somebody tells her not to do something because it's not safe, so what does she do? She goes and does it. Like her potential love interest is telling her not to do things, or he won't be with her anymore, and she's like, oh, I'm still gonna do it because I know you're still gonna love me. It's like so frustrating and I just hated it. There was enough of a story and a cliffhanger at the end for me to want to read the third book, and I want to read it because of the fact that I've read the first two, so I may as well see if it carries on getting worse, but I just don't have high expectations for the third book at all, and I really hope that it's good. I really hope that Veronica Roth improves a lot, but I don't know. Third situation is for a classic. Let's say you're in a lecture and your English teacher is going on and on about how this classic changed the world, how it revolutionised literature, and you get so sick of it that you chuck the classic right at his face because you know what? This classic is stupid and it's worth attention, just to show everyone how you feel. What classic did you chuck? I chose Lord of the Flies by William Golding, which you can't actually see. There we go. I think I'm going to give the stereotypical answer of I read this in school in GCSE when I was 16, I think it was, and I hated it. I've always hated books that I have to study just because of the fact that you're looking at it in so much detail and you don't want to look at a book in that much detail all the time. Ever thought that, oh, why did the author write this in this way? He meant it because there was so much famine going on in the world. No, ever thought he wrote it because of the fact that it's a good story? Ever thought that? It's a bit like poetry as well. Why does everyone have to dissect poetry? No. Anyways, back to the point. I'd studied this in school, so I really didn't like it. I'd like to give it another go, to be honest. I think it probably would be a good book if I was reading it for pleasure and not for school. The last situation is your least favourite book of life. Let's say that you're hanging out at the library when bam, global warming explodes and the world outside becomes a frozen wasteland. You're trapped and your only chance for survival is to burn a book. What is the book you first run to? Your least favourite book of all life? What book do you not fully regret liking? Didn't know what to pick on this one because of the fact that I have a few books that I really didn't like, but one book that comes to mind is Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. Now this is the third book in the Hunger Games trilogy and I didn't like it, as is pretty obvious by this tag. So I don't know why on each book I'm saying I didn't like it. But anyways, we're in the whole series. Hunger Games was amazing. Catching Fire was alright, but Mockingjay just totally killed the series. Katniss changed her character so much that it was just unrealistic and it wasn't even development anymore. It was just plain and simple change. Story was boring and nothing really happened. And when things did happen, they were kind of unnecessary and some of it was quite predictable as well. I just didn't like this at all. I just thought that it was a really lame ending of a trilogy and Suzanne Collins could have done so much with this series, but it just all went downhill from the first one. So that's that. I always like talking about books that I don't like. And I think there needs to be more of it on BookTube. So I'm glad that Ariel actually created this tag. I am going to tag Miss Elsky, Rachel Loves Books, and Where is Wallace? So I look forward to seeing some of you guys' responses on this. Thank you for watching, I hope you've had a wonderful weekend and I will speak to you soon. Bye!